Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. As always, it's me, the Smithie D, and in today's video, I am not alone. I am with my friend. Oh my god, I love bananas. How you doing today, buddy?
Man, I am great. It is an honor to be with the legendary Smithie D on this video. I'm so happy to be here, man.
In this video today, we're doing First Order.
Yeah.
Well, you're a big fan, aren't you, of First Order?
I am. These Zetas they've started to roll out for First Order have been terrific, and I'm looking forward to what's coming, what might be coming in the future as well.
Definitely. It's like, at the moment, I feel personally that the attention has been stolen. The spotlight has been stolen by Jedi Rey. She definitely took the attention, and especially when they released characters like Rose and Holdo. But the First Order love, I feel like, that there's some great characters for First Order, but it's about what team do you build, It's like there's that many characters. There's ones on hard farms. There's two characters that are still currently hard farms, and that's the TIE Pilot and the Stormtrooper. And then you've got the Zetas on those characters, and you've even got Captain Phasma. Do you Zeta, Ro? What is your thoughts on Captain Phasma?
Yeah, so right now I would say Phasma's a pass. So I play two accounts, as a lot of people who watch my channel would know. I have Phasma Zetaed on one of my accounts because I got to a point where I just had a lot of Zetas laying around. I was like, oh yeah, let's try it. I think it's a really good Zeta. Problem with it is that I think Kylo Ren Unmasked is just that much better. I can't justify the Phasma lead right now. And even though right now we have 8 First Order in the game, we might have more coming. Everybody thinks Snoke and Hux might be coming in the future.
Yeah.
We might get to the point where we have at least 10 First Order in the game, so you could build out 2 teams. Maybe at that point, if you're 20, 30 Zetas into this game, at that point I could say, yeah, go ahead and do Phasma, because I do think it's a great upgrade. I mean, if we look at the actual text on it, for Phasma, you're removing the damage penalty, the 15% damage penalty. It triples the assist chance for First Order allies, and First Order allies gain advantage for 2 turns at the start of every encounter, and they can't be critically hit while they have advantage, and they get 20% potency on top of that. I mean, that's a lot of stuff. She's a really great lead for starters in Galaxy of Heroes, but I don't believe that you need this Zeta early on. It's more of a luxury Zeta way down the road. So I say right now I would say it's a pass.
With the day and age and the situation we're in now, to me, it's not really a good investment now. Kylo Ren is more mass that you can use him, and you're going to get more bang for your buck, really, isn't it? He is going to be your leader there. So if we have a look at Kylo Ren and what he does, he's pretty much, in my eyes, the kind of like ultimate leader for a team. He's got everything: turn meter game, healing. All in all, First Order allies have a plus 40% critical damage and a plus 30 speed. When a First Order ally scores a critical hit, they gain 20% turn meter. When a First Order ally gains a status effect, they recover 5% health and 5% protection. That to me, that's an amazing lead. That is where you want to kind of like build your team. His farmable's pretty much too good to be true. You're getting his ship, right. You're getting the character, and to anybody that's starting the game, I think that's a great team to kind of go with first, because you can get quite a lot of these characters all together now, especially with Executioner being in the Cantina as well. You can build a nice little First Order team. What is your thoughts? Is that who you would go with realistically in most of the game modes I've crossed? Is Kylo Ren Unmasked?
Absolutely 100%. And the other bonus, the cherry on top of all those things that you mentioned, it's 10 Cantina energy for this. I mean, it's an absolute bargain. If you're new to the game, the Cantina energies can vary. A lot of the real premium characters are going to be 16 Cantina energy to farm it just one time. This one's 10. You can get a ship and a character on that 110. I mean, it's an absolute bargain. And and you need First Order to get BB-8, which is one of the high-end characters in this game that you're going to need to unlock JTR. So, yeah, I wholeheartedly suggest farming Kylo Ren in this game Unmasked and playing it as lead. When you see a lead that has speed as a bonus, that's always great to have. The health and protection regen, I think, is the real trick to Kylo Ren Unmasked value in things like territory wars in this game. You can put a Kylo Ren Unmasked team on defense, and the other team can't just chip away at it with garbage. They can't throw bad teams at it, because every time they get that status effect, they're going to get 5% health and 5% protection. And if you know First Order, they're always kind of throwing around a lot of buffs. And if the other team's debuffing them, they're just hard to kill under him unless you really got some high damage dealers.
Auto taunt. Would you Zeta in? Me personally, I'm just like, that's not even worth it. That's not worth 20 Zetas just to have that auto taunt, opening taunt at the start. What is your thoughts on that?
It's tough, man. I mean, that's, there's some Zetas in this game that really change characters and add so much value. This one, it looks like it should have been an Omega, frankly. I don't know that this is Zeta worthy. I mean, eventually, I mean, his ship is really good, and the Zeta is going to help with his ship speed, and there is that bonus, but I wouldn't do it right away. I mean, I think that as we go down this list of First Order characters, there's definitely other ones I would do. The leadership is probably the first Zeta I would put on First Order if you're building this team out, but the unique would be really far down the list.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to say that's more of to have that. It's like myself, I had the Zetas, I was thinking of doing it, then I was looking at it and I was just like, is it really going to make much difference? If they're able to create their own buffs, they've already got this speed. Well, an opening taunt, when you've got the likes of Han Solo running around and you've got characters like CLS, they're just going to avoid it anyway. So to me, I just think that's a bad choice unless you're sitting on, a lot of Zetas and you're just like 100% dedicated to First Order. If First Order is your life and that is the route you're going in the arena, then yeah, that's probably best. But if you're not using them in the arena and you're kind of mix-matching on using them around here and there, I just think that is a bad investment for now, unless, you've got other areas and we'll go on to his younger self, Kylo Ren. Would you do his Zeta at this day and age in the game now?
I still would. I wouldn't tell somebody that's new to the game to do this probably in their first 10 Zetas, but I would say that there's value here. I mean, it's a protection regen. You don't see a lot of that in this game. When you pair it, I think OG Kylo, the original Kylo, he's still a character you're going to put on the arena team under Kylo Unmasked. So I think there's value there. So yes, I do still do it. It's not, if you haven't been in this game for a long time, when Kylo Ren first came out and this Zeta came out, this thing was a showstopper. I mean, this was an absolute. You could use it in arenas. You could use it in the AAT raid. There was kind of a cheesy way you could solo the entire first round of the AAT, the tank raid with Kylo Ren. I mean, it was a very, very strong Zeta. It's kind of toned down, but I still think it's a good Zeta.
Yeah, no, me personally, I use more Kylo Ren for his AoE because of that turn meter gain. It speeds up my team, so I don't really use Outrage. And because under the Kylo Ren Unmasked kind of like leadership, he's going to regain anyway from the buffs he gets. Straight away, he's going to get that from using his AoE. So it's kind of like a yes and a no. I did it a long time ago when you could kind of like solo phase 1 of the heroic AAT. I did it then. Afterwards, now, if I try and use him in the arena, I don't really feel I get the value of Outrage as much as maybe you should with all the healing immunity out there. Stuns, there's so much going on there with what wasn't present before. It was really hard to kind of like take down the old Kylo Ren in the older metas. Now I just think it's relatively easy to just deal with him. And that'd be, if I had a Zeta sitting there and I was like more into First Order, I probably wouldn't put that on him now, me personally. I'd probably be like, how many times am I going to use that? Because I'm favoring AoE for pretty much like 50% turn meter if the First Order allies have advantage.
Yep.
I'm going to rather have that, because if I'm running him with First Order TIE Pilot, TIE Pilot's pretty much going all the time, constantly. Boom, 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 So I'm probably going to favor the AoE.
Yeah, so that's a good lead-in. What do you think of TIE Pilot's Zeta?
Oh, that's such a difficult one, because I only Zetaed him for my ships. That was it, just to make him the fastest I possibly can. That was it. There was no other reason. Like, I was like, yeah, it's a great one. It was just literally to make him as fast as possible so I can get the first turn. That was it. Didn't do it any other way. What about yourself? Have you Zetaed him or thought about Zetaing him?
So I think he's a sneaky play. I really like his Zeta. I did it quite a while ago, kind of on a whim, because it was back when there weren't as many characters. I had some Zetas laying around. I really like it. And here's the thing about First Order TIE Pilot. He fits into any team in this game. You can throw him in under a Rex lead, I mean, you could throw this guy into any team and he could be successful because he has no synergies with First Order whatsoever, other than the fact that First Order is going to generate some advantage and stuff for him, which helps him out. But there's other characters in the game who do that as well. So I think I like his ship a lot. I think his ship is a must-have. It's kind of soft, it's squishy a little bit, but it hits really, really hard. Especially if you start gearing him up. I've got him at gear 11, and I've got a Zeta, and I've got all the Omegas on him, and 5.gold mods on him, and he really hits hard in the arena and can do some. Or I'm sorry, in the ship arena, and can do some real damage. So I think there's a lot of value there. So I would say yes, do First Order TIE Pilot, but again, if you're a new player, is this the first 10 Zetas that you're going to do starting out? Probably not. But if you're building that First Order team out long term and you want to use this in the Traya raid, the heroic Sith raid, and in territory wars and stuff, there is a lot of value in First Order TIE Pilot. He's never really gotten that much pub in this game and that much run, but he hits very, very, very hard, and that double tap can be nasty.
Yeah, I use it a lot in versus Scion, so it does keep him alive longer, getting that foresight when he uses his advantage. So yeah, I do use him there. In the arena side of things, I favour Fox, to be honest. And I favour, because I do feel like there's no real decent cleanser. Now, you've got First Order Officer, but I feel like there is no oomph, no spark like a Snoke or a Hux to the team, to make it that a little bit more dominant.
Right.
More solid, make it a solid unit. And I think, if they do bring out a character like Snoke that's able to give mass amount of buffs, steel buffs, and I think First Order are really going to be deadly, at some point in the game, characters like that with the selection that it is slowly building up just needs, I'd just say Snoke, CLS level Snoke. But before we finish on the Zetas, there was one more, isn't there? And that's the Stormtrooper.
Yes, sir. I think it's a good Zeta. I do like it. I don't have it yet. I do want it. I'm currently stuck in the rut of having to do a lot of Zetas to help my guild out for Traya right now. But once I get some of the other ones knocked out that I need to do, so we can start getting those sexy Traya shards, that is, I'm going to get on First Order Stormtrooper and get this done. We've got the text up on screen for you to read through, but if you want to talk through that, it is a really nice ability that adds a lot of value, and he can fit into other teams that are non-First Order.
Yeah, that's it. He doesn't need to be in the First Order team. I haven't personally Zetaed him. I've always been on the fence. I think that's more favourable to me at the moment. I was like, that's pretty decent, because if it calls characters like the First Order Stormtrooper, that's then advantage boss heals, it's great. But it's whenever First Order Stormtrooper uses any ability, so that I believe that's basic, that's special ability, he has a 50% chance to call a random ally to assist, dealing 50% less damage unless they are First Order, then grants them advantage for 2 turns if they were First Order.
Right, and again, the advantage will synergize wonderfully with First Order TIE Pilot as well. So that's another bonus for this guy.
And with First Order Executioner as well, it works pretty nice when I've seen him assist. Does some high damage as well.
So do you like Executioner for Arena? For if you're building an Arena team, do you like him, or do you use him only for PvE for the raids and the territory battles part of the game?
Mostly the raids. The Arena side of things, I haven't really ran First Order much in my arena because it's just too late. It's a 2-year-old arena, and if you've got Palpatine there, it's kind of like hitting a wall sometimes. I guess that's all the Zetas for now, unless Capital Games decide to add Snoke in the near future, which is a high possibility, especially with the demand of what people want. We want to see Snoke. We do actually want to know his origin story, so Lucasfilm, you need to sort it out. But for now, I want you to go and check out Oh My God, I Love Bananas' channel. And subscribe to him because we're going to be doing a cross series. So if you don't want to miss more of these videos, I'll be putting these videos onto his channel and vice versa. We'll be doing it together, because I do love talking about this game, and I'm sure you guys love listening. But yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy this video, then please make sure that you do leave a like. If you would definitely want to see more series, put in the comments below what you want us to cover next. We're definitely going to be looking at Traya. We're going to be looking at some more of the Sith because they are currently the now, and you definitely are going to want to know where to put your Zetas. But thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much again, buddy, for joining me for this video. And we'll leave it from there. May the Force be with you.
Always.